Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. My name is Tiana, and tonight we are going to talk about Ladies Who List Atlanta, Season 1, Episode 6. Okay, let's get into it. So Robin and Crystal are having their first talk, the first time they've talked to each other since that episode, which was episode 1. So there have been 4 episodes in between when they last talk. So like if they really were best friends, I don't think you would go 4-5 weeks without speaking to each other, especially when you had a big blow up like that. But they did, and supposedly they're best friends. So they were at Quiana's celebration party, her 1-year anniversary for the opening of her real estate company. So they started off in the room where everyone was at the dining room table. They started talking. They really weren't saying much, so I don't even think they came to a resolution. But before they could finish talking, Quiana came sliding in, and she was so smooth when she kicked them out that they didn't even realize that they're being kicked out to outside. But she's like, they are not going to mess up my party. And she was good to do that. So they were fine. They just got up and walked out because they knew they shouldn't act up at that party. And so when they sat down, Crystal was trying to explain her feelings. Robin wasn't really trying to hear it, but she was listening, but then she would interject, then Crystal would get mad. And so it was a lot of back and forth without anything really being said. But Robin did make a good point. She said that, Crystal should have had her back by telling her that Quiana had a problem with her before the dinner. And then Crystal lied once again and said that she didn't know that Quiana had a problem with her. So the producers, ready to, burn someone out, showed a clip of Quiana telling Crystal before the dinner that she had a big issue with Robin and she wanted to discuss it with her. So if Crystal was having Robin's back or even cared about Robin, she would have told her instead of smirking, that little evil smirk that she does when Quiana was first telling Crystal about her issue. So Robin was right about that, 100%. So then they kind of made it seem like that they resolved their issue, and it was almost like Robin said, you know what? Let's just forget about it. Let's be friends. I'm fine with you. You're fine with me. Let's move on and pretend this never happened. But I have a feeling that the only reason that Crystal is worried about their friendship is not because of their friendship. She still wants Robin's business. She doesn't want to lose Robin's business, which is why she's so wanting to resolve this issue. And she kind of made it clear when, Robin had mentioned that some of the other girls she became friends with. And then Crystal said, are you sure they're your friends or are they just trying to get your business? Because that's something that Crystal would do. That's that shady stuff that Crystal does. And so that made me go, you're not that good friend you're supposed to be. So then we go to Robin visiting Amy and Maisie's home that she sold them. And I think it's such a great idea that this show does that. Usually you see the house, you see the, and other realtor shows, you see the house, you see the people who are thinking about buying or the people that do buy, and then that's it. You don't see anything else. You don't know anything else. But with this show, what they're doing is they're showing the house after the people have moved in. So you get to see how they decorated it and how much they love it and the relationship, the true relationship they have with their realtor. And when they first showed us the house, they showed Maisie and Amy's cars, and it was so cute. One was like a powder blue, the other one was powdered pink, and it was such a cute car. And they are happy. They are living in their mini mansion. They have it decorated the way that they like, and they're living life. And they made a good point to tell Robin that she really taught them a lot about real estate and what it means to own a home. And they were sharing that with their friends. And so Robin had said, which I thought was great, she said that each one teach one, so it's a way of paying it forward so that we all get that knowledge that so many other cultures have and that we don't. So it was really great that Robin took the time, because all she needed to do is sell that house to make that money. But she took the time to educate her clients. And they respect that and they value that. And so I'm sure, like, if they have someone that is looking for a house, they're going to send them to Robin so that they'll learn. And then hopefully Amy and Maisie will continue to buy real estate and grow real wealth. So I thought that was really great. So then we get to see more property. This was an episode full of property, which I love to see. So we had Tiana with her interior decorator client with her son. And she sent them she went with them to a ranch because they were looking for a ranch property that they can change and make their own. And so Tiana couldn't find anything inside of Atlanta with the specs that they were looking for. So they found a large property, 5 acres outside of Atlanta. And the house was run down. And I thought that they were not going to like it when they walked inside and seen how really rustic it was. But Tiana was confident that they were going to love it. And she was absolutely right. So the interior decorator was buying the home for her son, and he was all over it. He was so happy with what she found. And the house was, I believe, around $500 and something thousand for over 2,000 square feet. And when Tiana asked how much you think this house is, he said 12 million because of all the land. And she was like, no, boo, it's only $500,000. And he was shocked. And he was like, wow, what a difference it makes when you go outside Atlanta. He said, I can't even find a condo for that price. So they decided to make an offer. And hopefully they'll get the property. And I would absolutely love to see how that decorator is going to keep the bones of that rustic house, because she's used to doing contemporary modern. So I can't wait to see if she infuses modern and contemporary with the rustic look, or she takes that rustic look to a whole another level, but keeping the theme of it. So hopefully they'll show us how it looks after, or at least a schematic of it, a drawing of how she's going to design it. Then we got to see another house. It was Kiera's friend, B. Simone. B. Simone has been looking for property for quite some time. I think this is the 3rd place that they looked at. And so instead of looking at a condo, they decided to look at a townhouse. And I loved it. It was so cute, so perfect for a young, female who wants to start living her life and owning her own property. And the way they decorated it was so nice. Hopefully she'll be able to buy it how it's staged, because that furniture was great. The best part of the house was definitely the patio. It looked really good. So B. Simone fell in love with it. And so now she's going to have a home. So then we unfortunately go back to Crystal and Robin. I'm getting a little bit tired of their storyline. I am tired of seeing Crystal. I'm sorry. I just do not like that woman. She seems so fake, the way she talks, the way she acts. And, most of the time she's talking, I'm falling asleep. I can't even pay attention. She's droning on about nothing. And it's so uninteresting. The only thing that's interesting about her is her beef with Robin. That's it. She's trying to spice it up with all this polyamory type thing, but no one cares. No one cares. And I don't even know if it's real. I think it's probably just staged so she has a storyline. Maybe I'm being too cynical, but I don't trust a word that lady says. Not one word. So we are back to them, and they are at a lunch, and Crystal surprises Robin with a present, a big bouquet of flowers for her birthday, trying to make up for, what she did before. And so they sit down and they start talking. But remember last week when I said that I love everyone on the show style? I was mistaken. I do not like Crystal's style. It's hit or miss. One time she looks great, but about 90% of the time, she's wearing something that does not look good, that does not fit her body right. And it's just like crazy. Like, what was she wearing at that lunch? That frilly concoction, it was not cute. Robin was in some sleek lavender type sweater dress with a belt looking cute. And Crystal was in some cream craziness. I don't know. She needs a stylist for sure. But I do love that leather dress that she's wearing during her interviews. That looks really, really good on her. So anyway, so they start talking, and she brings up the whole polyamory, and Robin is like surprised, and then they talk about it. Robin's like open to the conversation and understanding what it is. And then she asks Crystal, is that something that she really wants to do? And Crystal's like, oh, I don't know. We're not in any serious relationship. I'm just exploring it. And Robin was straightforward with her. She's like, I know you. I know what you're looking for. You're a little bit too old to be doing that polyamory. That's for women in their 20s who aren't looking for a real relationship yet and wants to explore. You're past that, girl. You want a real relationship. So she was just like, why don't you stick to that and not get involved with polyamory at this point? And Robin was like, okay, I see what you're saying. But she was trying to get Crystal to go to this party. I hope Crystal says, she's trying to get Robin to go to this party. I hope Robin says yes, so we can see if there really is a party or if she's just making this up. So then Robin brings up Tiffany and the relationship that they started to build after the incident at the dinner, and how, Tiffany didn't even know her and was being really supportive of her because they shared similar situations. And she was really understanding of what Robin was going through, and Robin really appreciated it. And then right away, Crystal gets this look on her face of being unhappy. And she doesn't have anything good to say about Tiffany, and kind of like bad talks her. Not really, but really. And Bob was like, where is this coming from? What has she done to you? And Crystal was like, nothing. We don't really have any type of relationship. I just feel like there's something going on between her. She just doesn't like me, and I don't know why. And Robin was just looking at her, smiling and nodding her head. But then during the interview process, she basically was like, I don't believe Crystal. Tiffany is not even thinking about her because her life is too full. She has kids. And when you have kids who play sports, you're so busy running around, going to the games, buying snacks, taking them to practices, buying uniforms, doing all this stuff, and then working. She's like, she doesn't have time for any silly behavior and thinking about who's my friend, who's not my friend, no high school behavior, because she's too busy. So Robin was like, no, I don't believe her. I think Crystal is the one who is jealous of Tiffany. And because Tiffany has everything she wants, marriage, home, I should say house, and kids. And I think Robin hit it right on the head. I think that's what the issue is. And, Crystal probably wants all of Tiffany's business. So I think they're both successful, but, Crystal's a hustler. I'll give her that. She works hard for her business and she wants to be successful. So they end their conversation. And before that, Tiffany and Tiana were talking. They were talking about, how both of them and Quiana and Robin are all Libras. And they all share the same birthday within like a 30-day period. So Tiana came up with this great idea of, let's go horseback riding. I was like, oh, I love that, because you never see Black women going horseback riding. It's always couples or white people, never, four beautiful women going on a ranch and riding them horses. So I thought that was a great idea. And they were not dressed appropriately, but they still look cute. And so, it was great. And they had a good time. And they were really connecting until they weren't, So they got off the horses and they were talking. And Robin was telling them that she and Crystal finally spoke. And they're like, oh, okay, good. So how did that go? And Robin was like, it went pretty well. We decided to forgive each other and put everything aside and work on our relationship. So then Robin said to Tiffany, what's going on between you and Crystal? And Tiffany was like, what do you mean? And Robin was like, well, Crystal made it seem like, you guys didn't get along. She doesn't think that you like her. So why don't you just go ahead and give her a call and say, hey, girl, I heard something was wrong. What's up? I don't have a problem with you. And Tiffany was like, why would I do that? And I would be like, I'm not going to call her. If she thinks I have a problem with her, then let her call me. So she was like, no, I'm good. I don't have any issue with her. I don't know her. I'm not thinking about her. I have too much going on. And then Ron was like, yeah, I know you're busy. You have so much going on with your kids, your business, and then she was like, yeah, I just don't have time for that. I'm not trying to make new friends with all that I have going on. I'm content with what I have and I'm going to focus on that. And then Robin said, yes, people without kids really don't understand that. And she wasn't saying that as a dig. She was saying that as a fact. If you don't have kids, you don't understand what people who do have kids are going through, just for the simple fact is that you don't have them. So you can't know because you're not experiencing that. You're not experiencing everything that goes on with it. And it's not a dig to people who don't have kids. It's just facts. And Quiana had a huge issue with that. She was not happy. And at first she was calm about it. And she was like, wait a minute, I don't have kids and I do understand. And Robin was like, no, honey, Robin had that tone. She always has that tone. So she was like, no, honey, you don't have kids. So you really can't understand. And so they went back and forth. And then Tiana got really aggressive and was kind of walking, not to fight. Let's make that clear. She's not walking towards her to fight. She was just walking towards her, kind of in an aggressive manner, just to kind of like prove her point. And Robin took back down because she knew Quiana wasn't going to try to do anything because they're both women, who aren't going to fight each other, hopefully. So they went back and forth and Robin was like, listen, this isn't about you, Miss Quiana, like Queen Anna, which was funny. And then Tiana was like, it's Quiana. Okay, then she's like, okay, Quiana, this isn't about you. I was talking about Crystal. I was saying that about Crystal. And then Tiana was like, listen, I don't have kids. So you're saying it about me too. And, Robin was trying to explain herself, and they both weren't listening to each other, and it got heated, and Tiana was looking super embarrassed and like, what's going on? Why is this happening? And then the ranchers were looking at them like, but they're not surprised because it's a reality show and all the people do is fight. So very cute older couple. I like them. And so it ended with them still fighting. So my question to you guys is, backing up a little bit, do you believe what Tiffany's saying about her relationship with Crystal, or do you believe Crystal, what she's saying about her relationship with Tiffany? Like, who is really telling the truth? Who do you think is actually seeing things the correct way, not through like foggy, messed up glasses? Let me know. Give me your opinion. You guys already know who I believe, because you know who I never believe, and that's Crystal. So please let me know what you're thinking. And I want to give you guys a little bit of scoop. And you guys may already know, but if you don't want to know, stop the video here. I will see you guys later next week. But if you do want to know, keep on listening. Okay, I'm going to give people time to leave. Okay, so this is what I learned this week. I learned that Quiana is leaving the show. Yes, I know, that's sad. I like her. I like all the ladies except for Crystal. So I'm sad to, hear that she's leaving. She did a Instagram live, I think, or a YouTube live. I'm not sure which one, but it was a live. And she was answering questions, and she was telling people that she's removing herself from the show because the show that they, came to her with or presented it, what the show was going to be about, is not exactly what the show is about. They made it seem like it was going to be more about real estate and their businesses and being boss women who are successful and know how to act. And it's not that. It's some of that, but the majority is the fighting, contentious relationship that they have with each other. And she's like, I'm not about that life. That's not me. That's not who I am. And that's not who I'm going to be portrayed as. She's a very, very successful speaker. She belongs to some type of real estate platform, and they travel all over the world, all over the company, teaching about real estate. And she has a real estate business, and she's well known. And I think she is the most known out of all of the women. So she has a reputation that she wants to uphold, and she doesn't want to get it like tarnished with what's going on the show. But what she really needs to realize is that they're only using what she's giving them, and I think that the problem is she's seeing herself on the TV and she's not liking what she's seeing. I mean, I think she's fantastic, but she is confrontational. She has started some arguments, and she probably doesn't want to be seen like that, because professionally, that's not a good look for her. Especially, she really promotes empowerment and education. And sometimes, most of the time, she's not acting like she's acting like that. But she has started a couple of the fights. She started the fight at the dinner. She was calm, but then it escalated. That wasn't the right setting to have that conversation. When her and Robin had the conversation with each other by themselves at a restaurant, that was the right setting to have it. And so the whole bad evening started with her confronting Robin about the issue with the $500. And then at the ranch, she got really super strong and upset about Robin's issue about what she said. And I understand why she got upset, because she's struggling to have children. So that's probably a super sensitive issue for her. but she didn't come off in a good light just because of how upset she was and how she kind of attacked Robin for making a simple statement. And Robin didn't help either because she got upset too. So I think she doesn't like how she's coming off, and she might think that the producers are editing it that way. And maybe they are, we really don't know because we haven't seen the raw footage. But I think that's why she wants to take herself out of the show, because she doesn't want to be like that. She says she is very successful. She doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the promotion that the show is going to give her, because she has her YouTube and her business platform that already, promotes her businesses and herself. And I don't think she wants to become an actress, so I think that's the reason why she's going off the show for next season. She's going to finish this season, and I think contractually she has to go to the reunion. But she says she hasn't been promoting her the show on her social media platforms because she's not coming back. And so that's the scoop. I wish she was coming back, but I can totally understand why she's not going to, because most of the time on reality shows, people aren't seen in a good light. So that's why she's leaving. So if you didn't know, now you know. All right. So I will be back next Friday, and we are going to be reviewing a show, the second season of Love is Blind. We are so excited. It came on, the first few episodes came on tonight. So we're going to watch them. And then on Sunday, so check us out on Sunday. Sunday, we are going to be reviewing Love is Blind. So if you love the show, like we love the show, please check us out and tune into our channel and watch this then. So please like, subscribe, turn on your notification buttons, and please comment below. And I will see you next week for another episode of Ladies Who List Atlanta. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.